Hi, I'm Justin. Unlike most of Chinese students, I like making movies, take photos, and playing niche sports like rugby and boxing. I'm a man who is always trying to break free and expresses himself.
My mother was a film journalist who is now a gallery owner, and my father was a photojournalist. I lived in a loving and artistic family, and when I was 7 years old, my parents took me to see Once Upon a Time in America and the Cinema Paradiso. The main character's lost childhood resonated with me to such an extent that I couldn't hold back my tears. This was the first time I really felt the charm of movies. Since then, I have been completely fascinated by movies and dreamed that I could make a good movie myself. By the time I was in grade 6, I had already converted my home into a special effects shooting location. At the same time, I developed another identity as a Chinese YouTuber. I posted hundreds of elaborated videos on the biggest video platforms in China, and gained tens of thousands of subscribers and reached 3 million views in a few years.
From the age 6 to 15,
I produced 115 videos, as well as 7 microfilms. I devoted almost all of my childhood to learning film editing and special effects production, and being able to use these techniques very skillfully at a very young age allowed me to be more creative and freer when making films. In addition to the technical support, I've been reading all kinds of books on cinematography and watching many masters films. This gave me a new understanding of what are films.
Master filmmakers such as Selfie, Bergman, and Kubrick have given me a new perspective on film as the seventh art. At the same time, the theme of my movie has begun to focus on the spiritual world of humans.
When I was 16 years old, I organized a small crew of 8 people, and I took on the roles of actors, screenwriter, director, post-producer, and director of photography. Yes, I shot my first feature film in half a year with a budget less than $500 and held a premiere in a movie theater. I demonstrated not only outstanding technical skills and high aesthetic value, but also the natural leadership. The film won 5 international awards, was selected for several international film festivals, and made headlines in our city's biggest newspaper. I've been invited to a couple of screenings, interviewed by several magazines. Besides this, some professional directors and festival jury members privately gave me high marks for the most accomplished student work they had ever seen, and some even praised me as a genius. Instead of being satisfied with these praises and honors, I became even more ambitious. I began planning a new movie and knew that the honors I had received were due to my status as a student. This doesn't mean my film is really good. However, my high demands on myself caused me to fall into a state of extreme anxiety. And boxing, which I had always loved, got me out of this mess. In elementary school, I was introduced to rugby and played quarterback for my team because of my speed and reflexes. When I got to high school, I started to practice in boxing for 3 years. I transformed from not being able to punch an opponent to being the best boxer in the club. Boxing training had pushed me to explore my potential, break through my bottlenecks, and taught me to never give up. Not only that, but a year ago, I was contracted by a professional gallery as a long-term video producer. My job is to interview different artists and produce promotional videos for their exhibitions, and the galleries are very happy with the results of my work. In this process, I got opportunities to meet great artists from all over the world and learn how to communicate with Party A. A year ago, I fell in love with film photography. The limitation of quantity in turn made me pay more attention on my surroundings and people. Every day after school, I would ride my bike with an old Leica to focus on the most genuine heart and unremarkable cracks in the city.
The confused babysitter and child, the smile in the violet, the woman in the garbage, the dazed teenager with his back to me. In such a restless age, with involutions and ostentation everywhere, I was once lost in the honors and achievements of my movie. And now, through my camera, the city seems to echo with the light of that innocent age. And I have preserved the pure land in my heart, as well understanding what I am creating for.
I'm Justin, a city bird. It's the end of the video, also the beginning of my story. Please look forward to it.